Hey guys, it is springtime here in the Northwest, and you know what that means? Time to tune up the dirt bike tracks. Got the pit bike track back there. Big bike track is behind me over there. So pretty excited to move some dirt around. Got the handy dandy shovel out here called the skid steer, and that's what we're gonna be playing with today. Just freaking knocked my head on the top of this thing. It's a good start. Alright, so basically what we're going to be doing out here on the pit bike track is just freshening it up from winter time, and then we've got a few sections that I want to change here. I want to take out that kind of single there, change this dragon's back section into like a step up, rebuild the tabletop, make that tabletop a little bit bigger. Just I don't know, a bunch of changes. It's crazy. I built this track probably 4 years ago, and it's still in really good shape. Nothing's really too rutted out. I mean, granted, it's a pit bike track, a little bit of ruts over here and whatnot, but yeah, it's crazy how little maintenance a pit bike track takes. So we're kind of running out of sunlight here. I ended up finishing up this little tabletop, but I underestimated how soft it is out here. It's still pretty muddy. Should have waited another couple weeks before I dug into this stuff. And then over here, pretty much got the single out of here. And the dragon's back, turning this into kind of a step up. So the takeoff's gonna be right about here. And gonna reuse the landing here, just smooth it out. All right, so it's the next day, and we're dealing with a little bit of rain today on top of the muddy soil we already have here. Gonna be a little bit tough. Little update for you guys. Finished up the takeoff to the step up, smoothed out this little straight section here. Freshened up the bowl turn. Hard to beat the look of that. Man, this rain is relentless today. It just will not go away. So I finished up the landing to the step up. It's a little bit short. Might have to move it back a little bit. And then got the bowl turn done. Freshened up this little jump. This berm is all ready to go. And I think what I'm gonna do over here is everyone always goes to the inside on this corner. Doesn't really use the berm much. So I'm gonna make the inside a little bit off camber. Kind of like this right here, so that way it kind of evens out inside versus outside. We got a little bit of camber going on in this corner, but this dirt is not cooperating with me today. How do you like it? We're definitely making some progress now. Got the face of the tabletop widened and shaped. Landing's all finished up. That bowl corner is all prepped. Now all I have left is this roller section, the little rhythm section here. I gotta freshen up the berm. And then there's a far kind of rhythm section over here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it quite yet. So I thought I'd jump on here and show you guys how exactly I'm getting this roller section, or like this wolf section, smoothed out. So I'm gonna start at the very end and go backwards. And this button here is the float button. So basically that floats the bucket over everything. And you can do pretty much, or you can do quite a bit with this float button here. So I'm gonna go with the bucket facing down, not completely vertical, a little bit of tilt to it. Hit that float button, go in reverse, and I'm gonna drag dirt until I get to almost to the peak of the roller, and I'm gonna start rolling the bucket back to pack that dirt on top of the roller to try to peak it up a little bit. Smooth it over, and then once I get back over the roller, I'm gonna tilt the bucket back down to, like, I would say 3/4 of the way vertical to drag the valley, float it down in the pocket, and then roll the bucket back to smooth over the roller, and then start rolling it back. You gotta go pretty slow with the machine for this, so that way it can catch up and doesn't drop the dirt in the pocket. So rolling it over. Man, these are looking good. This is probably one of the harder things to do, is build a nice consistent set of rollers or a whoop section. So digging up the pocket, gonna roll it over the top. So that's like the basic concept of making a roller section. Obviously starting from scratch takes a little bit longer, but rebuilding them really isn't too hard once you get the roll and the float figured out. Now if you didn't want to peak up the roller, what you could do is turn the bucket to like 3/4 vertical and just float it all the way through, and that'll pull dirt from the valley and the roller, and it'll smooth everything out. And the more vertical you go with a bucket like this, the more dirt it's gonna pull. So I like to go about 3/4 vertical, right about there. That way I'm not pulling too much dirt out of the valleys. All right, now for smoothing on a bull turn, I like to start at the center of it. I'm gonna go up to it, drag it, and then work one way like this, and then the other way. This one's gonna need a little bit of help on the exit. It keeps pushing out. So I'm gonna drag it back in, and the entrance looks pretty good. I'm gonna try to shape it or lessen the angle on it. The entrance angle is pretty sharp right now. Other than that, it's a lot of using the float as well. I'm gonna be using the float on this and just back dragging it down. So this berm started to push up, or kind of blowing out at the top, and a lot of the dirt came down. So I'm gonna scrape that dirt back up, pile it up, and then shape it and drag it back down. To go over the backside of the berm, get the bucket over the backside, float it, and then roll it over the top to try to pack it in. That way it doesn't get blown out quite as easily. If you pack the top of it and the backside of it a little bit, that helps maintain the integrity of the berm. So now I'm going to work this way. I'm going to finish this side of it, and then I'll do the entrance of it. bottom, I like to tilt the bucket or roll the bucket like this, so to make a nice slope down. So basically what I like to do is get the dirt piled up in kind of in the shape that I want, and then I'll go through and fine tune it, like make sure it's all uniform after I get all the dirt in place. I don't know, I'm just really picky about how everything looks. To me, it's like an art. You know, building a track is basically an art to me. So this entrance is a little bit too far out, so I'm going to try to bring it in a little bit. That way it actually lines up with the table here. So I think I'm going to want some more dirt to kind of fill in the bottom here. That way it doesn't, all the water doesn't sit right there. And then also to bring this berm out, I'm going to have to go scrape a little bit from the field. Seems like we're gonna have a little bit of a pocket here, so might have to add a little bit of dirt in this corner. That way it's not smooth and then like a pocket right here. You want it so it's consistent all the way around. You generally want your entrance and exit a little bit more sloped, or less sloped I should say, because you don't need as much of a bank compared to like in the center. You want it more slope, that way you can carry more speed, and on the exit or entrance it doesn't matter as much because you're not really using that bank quite as much. How we get less slope is by tilting the bucket or rolling the bucket forward like this, float it, and that gives us a little less slope. Alright, I'm going to do the other half of this berm really quick. Shouldn't really take much, it's not in too bad a shape. It's usually the exits that get blown out. So now that I got the majority of the corner built, I'm going to do some fine tuning. It looks like the middle of it needs a little bit of work, and the entrance looks good. The exit, it's kind of a sharp cutoff, so I'm going to drag that down a little bit and ease the transition into the tabletop. Pretty freaking sloppy out here right now. Thankfully it's just this one corner. The rest of the track's in pretty good shape. So we made quite a bit of progress out here. Got pretty much all the sections done. So we're going to be building a big single here. It's going to come down into a little double. I just want to switch up the section a little bit. It's been the same section for a couple years now, but yeah, I just want to add some elevation out here. Getting a little crazy out here. Got a hailstorm. This is insane. Amount of dirt's coming along pretty good. Alrighty guys, it's a couple days later. Finished up the track build. It's pretty good for the most part. Didn't get it quite as perfect as I would have hoped. You can see a lot of this mud already dried up. So I can go ahead and touch this thing up a little bit later on. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped how it turned out. Should be a lot of fun later on. So as soon as I heal up from this little surgery I had the other day, just had surgery on my chest and neck here, this little spot here. You'll see me out here ripping the 110 on the track. Should be a lot of fun. And I think we're gonna put together a video for that too. And if you wanna see more track build videos, definitely let me know down in the comments section. Gonna get a dozer out here and work on the big track back here. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys soon.